Okay, so
So yes,
how this,
about 200 people, about 50 countries by the current residents, about 70 countries by the citizenship status. And also another interesting bit of trivia. Today is the longest day. And in Vaasa, when do you think the sun goes down today and goes up tomorrow?
never.
Well, it's
It's
some,
almost,
but it's basically midnight when it gets finally down, sunset, 11:49 to be exact, and it rises tomorrow essentially at 3 a.m. like 3 hour, 3 a.m. and some minutes. So
Mhm.
this night will be only a little over 3 hours. By the time we get there, it will be more like 10:30 when the sun goes down and like 4:30 when it goes up. So it will be still daytime, you can still read the newspaper almost close to midnight, but there will be at least like 5 hours of night. But today it's like
Yeah.
only 3 hours of nighttime.
So bring your eye patches.
Yes, if you want to sleep, yes,
If you want,
definitely.
although I was told that Finland is a country where those curtains that have the double backing, where you can close it. The black
We'll
they,
have to
they
see.
call them
Hopefully,
blackout.
hopefully.
Yeah, they call them blackout curtains over here, but there's a double backing to where you can make that closed, and then the curtain on top of that you can keep open or whatever. But definitely bring your sleeping patches, your sleeping mask. Okay, so this is how it's going to go because I know that you guys are going to have questions, right? So first and foremost, please go into the chat and tell us where you are. So, for example, I'm in Miami. I'm actually just north of Miami in Fort Lauderdale, and it is 9:10 a.m. So, if you could please let us know where you're located currently and what time it is. And also, if you have questions, I've got a team of 22 ambassadors. Madalena, how many ambassadors are on right now?
It's difficult to see because I see 77 participants, but the vast majority of the ambassadors is here today, and the local ones have prepared a 15-minute presentation for you
Right.
guys to better explain what to do in Vaasa, what to do in Finland, and to give us an insight of the Finnish culture, right?
So we're going to give the ambassadors some time for you. However, if you should have a question, I would like you guys to put it in the chat. And ambassadors, as much as possible, if you know the answer, go ahead and answer it so that we can minimize the amount of questions that we will have at the Q&A session. Is that
And
all right, Mada?
yes, and may I add something? So actually, next Saturday, the ambassadors team is scheduling another meeting. So for all of you who are available, and during that meeting, we are going through the packing list that you need to be aware of if you travel to Finland. And then we are also working on a Q&A sheet that will be shared on WhatsApp with you, and which is constantly updated because we have been receiving several questions per email. These questions are always the same ones, and so basically we put all the questions in one document that, as I said, will be shared soon and will be shown next week on Saturday, 9 a.m. East. I will share the link for this meeting after this one. Okay, so you will be informed also thanks to your ambassadors.
Okay, so let me just make some introductions. You guys know Dr. Vas Taraz, who is our founding president. Everybody should know him. If you don't know him, we need to have a conversation privately. I'm Dr. Bamanis. Short name is Dr. B, and I am your conference chair. So, as you guys know, we've been doing this for quite a while. I believe this is our 13th year, right, Dr. Vas? 13th year. And
Ex-culture, well, yes, but ex-culture, the whole ex-culture, 16 years now.
16 years. So, but we've been traveling together for a very long time. So, this is not our first rodeo. We've learned a lot in the past, except that every single conference is unique and special in itself. And we really try to do our best to make it a unique and special trip because a lot of people go on this every year to have the full experience. I mean, I'm wondering if Jessica is going to show up again. Jessica, who graduated from university like 10 years ago, still comes to our conferences because she likes what we do so much. Um, Vaasa is, or Finland in general, is the first time we're going to be in the Northern European area. So the packing list is very important to you. What I was told is that Finland is like winter in South Florida. So for me, it's going to be very cold, right? But for everybody else, it might be normal. Other things that you need to pay attention to is like who are your collaborators. So for example, Maddalena Dulio is your lead ambassador on the ground. She is in charge of all the 21 other ambassadors that are going to be helping, meaning that she's the direct line of communications to all of the ambassadors, and the ambassadors are your direct line of communication for any kind of help that you need. We also have Carlos Cordona. Are you here, Carlos?
No, he may join a
Yeah, I'm
little bit
here.
late. Ah, you are here.
I'm here.
Perfect.
I'm
Sorry.
here. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so Carlos is here. And then the two people that you may have been receiving a lot of emails from regarding your challenges are Allison and Shrishti. So Allison and Shrishti, are you here?
I'm here.
Who's that? Who spoke?
Allison, I'm here.
Allison. Allison is going to be your on-ground ambassador when we are in Vaasa with regards to the challenge. I don't know, is your camera on, Allison?
It's not, sorry.
Not okay. So, but you guys will have all of these introductions later on. I already see that there are a lot of ambassadors here, but you guys are going to be in great hands. We have everything. Hopefully, by the time you get there, everything is just kind of rolling it out for you to experience and to have a really pleasurable trip, right? Like all of the kinks will be worked out. Today, Mada and her team will be responsible for the first part of the presentation. And then Dr. Voss and I will stay for the Q&A session. So Dr. Voss, do you have anything to share before I let Mada and her team take over?
Yes, so we seem to be moving at the scheduled pace. The teams are formed. As always, we have some last minute additions. So we have a few universities that blocked the number of students, but they ran an additional internal selection process and only now gave us the names of the finalists that they would support. So we added a couple more students last week. I think that's pretty much it, other than the challenge being that some students are still waiting for visas. And so it's not an easy dilemma. So do we place them on teams and hope that they will be able to attend? And then those who would not, we will tell, well, sorry, one of your team members is not attending. Or do we wait until they get the visa and then add them last minute, which again can be disruptive. And so some of those challenges present some logistical extra.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And we'll
otherwise
take a look at
everything's
that.
going very well.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that towards the end of June, which is another week, because we do need to start to anticipate whether or not they're coming, because we need to reserve hotel rooms, and then they need to onboard with their teams. So that's something that Carlos, you and I we're gonna have to have a long conversation about planning that. Okay, so without further ado, Maddalena Dulio and your team, you guys are on stage.
Yes, so thank you, Dr. B. Actually, I'm going to leave the floor to Aaron. Aaron, are you here? Yes. I see you. You're muted, I think. And so, yes, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Vas, if you could make him co-host, that would be great.
Yes, and I think all of you are co-hosts, so if you find him Dastro on the list, you can also change his role from Aaron. What's the yeah, Aaron Kivier. Okay. Make co-host. And I also will make sure that everyone can share screens. Yeah, it should be working.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Now I actually can share my screen. So here we go. So hi everyone, and thanks for joining. My name is Aaron, and I'm one of the local ambassadors here in Finland at the University of Vaasa. And with me, the other local ambassadors are Simon, Huey, Trang, Nahid, and Nico. And together we actually prepared a short presentation about, well, Finland and things in Finland and a bit about the student culture in Finland through our own lenses. So to start, I'll talk a bit about the student culture in Finland because I, well, have a bit of experience there, you could say. So what is the main thing about Finnish student culture that you'll notice first and most importantly is basically that the whole student life and universities in general in Finland are super community focused, right? So basically every student belongs to a student union and under a student union to a subject association of their own subject that they're studying. Now, on the left in the uh, PowerPoint slide, you can see that I think the first thing you'll notice about Finnish students are the overalls, or as we call them in Finland, haalarit. So what's the deal with them is basically that every subject association of every university has their own, but of course there is some overlap. So what I mean is that everyone has their own colors and so on. Now, these these overalls are worn to everything, parties, events, whether it snows or rains or if it's 30 degrees outside, doesn't matter, you use them. They are essentially not just clothes, they are more of a tradition. And just to showcase, hope you can see, I actually brought my own because so there on the screen you can see that in Vaasa, it's typically red is the color. But for example, for me at the medical school, I have white ones. You can probably see them on the screen now. And essentially, something to note as well that I think is easier to show from uh, the camera is actually that it's not just for the students. There's also these sort of logos from different brands and companies, and these companies actually they pay quite a bit of money to put their name on the overalls. For example, up to 15,000 easily. Now, there are rules as well, of course. First of all, you do never wash them. If you wash them, the only acceptable way is to do it via jumping to a lake or the sea or whatever while you actually are wearing them. So if you put them on the washing machine, that's a very much a no-go situation. Now, the best part about this is actually then the patches. So you can see patches on them essentially every single event or trip or party or anything you go to, you will be given a patch from them. Essentially
Sorry,
on the
Aaron,
Yep.
may I ask a question? So does it mean that if you wash your overalls, it brings back bad luck, for example?
Well,
Or
honestly, well, to be brutally honest, I don't know. I don't know what's the actual thing there.
okay,
I just know that you're not meant to do it, and you don't have to ask about it because you just don't do it. It's
okay.
it's really that simple,
Because
basically.
you know that in Italy
Yeah,
we are very superstitious, so good to know for me.
yeah. Well, let's just say that if you ever happen to study here, do not wash them. That's let's just
Okay,
put it that
okay.
way. And essentially, so about the patches or badges, basically on the right side of the screen, you can see the forks and knives, and that's basically from the yearly or annual ball of a student union. And even there, you are actually awarded a badge. That's basically you get them from everywhere. Even if the dress code says black suit, you still get them. Now, there's a bunch of different events for students in Finland. I think the main highlight is May Day, or as we call it in Finland, Vappu, which is the biggest celebration, which includes basically a week or more of different events, including parties. And there, as you can probably imagine, you use the overalls non-stop. And then it culminates on this giant picnic on May 1st, where there's typically thousands of students gathering in their own cities to the park, essentially. Now, there's also different types of parties. So we have aprot and sitsits. So essentially, apro is short for approbatur, which is basically, well, for example, just a bar crawl or any kind of an event where you go from place A to place B via these stops, and you are given a map, visit these different locations, collect stamps, and well, if you complete it, guess what? Yes, you get a patch for your overalls to sew into. But
Mm.
now, essentially, just to wrap it up quickly, as I don't have much time left, is that the student life in Finland really it's not about just partying and going to events, etc. Right? it's essentially the strongest thing is the sense of community through the unions and associations, and basically all these different student unions, they have their own kind of living room inside the university campus. And well, let's just say that it's best to go there alone, meet other like-minded people with a free cup of coffee. I mean, after all, we are talking about Finland, and I believe we drink the most coffee per capita in the entire world. So in short, it's about overall patches, some events, but mainly it's about traditions and very strong community sort of spirit, you could say. And that's all that I had about the uh, student culture. So then I'll give the floor to
I have a
the next.
question.
Okay, please go
Okay.
ahead.
So, Aaron,
Mhm.
is this something, the little patches, is this something that's very precious to like events that are, for example, Vaasa is a unique event for us. Is that something that you would get a patch for? Is that
Well, if it was organized by a student union or a subject association, then yes, you definitely would get one for it. 100%. There is no questions asked there.
Mhm.
That is,
And is there an organization that makes those patches especially?
yes, there are a couple that have actually. So I think one of them, the story is that there was a student who started making them just for for fun, and then now, well, he runs the business, and well, he's making very well for himself. So yes, there nowadays there are many, well, like for Finland it's many, but it's more like I think 5, 6, 7 companies that make them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Niko Avikainen and I am from Helsinki, Finland. But as a Finnish person, I will be the local ambassador as well. I will talk a little bit about the Finnish culture or Finnish cuisine. So traditionally, Finnish cuisine is built around natural ingredients that you can gather straight from the nature. Um, it has the Finnish cuisine has been heavily shaped by Finland's past, such as war, rationing, and the climate, especially long winters. Scarcity has led Finns to master the use of local resources creatively, um, come up with preservation techniques, and making the most of what's available, which can be seen in today's cuisine as well. There's a little bit of a it's a little bit divided because the typically the Western Finland is influenced by Swedish cuisine, and the eastern part of the country is influenced by Russian cuisine. And next slide, please. And there's also regional dishes that are also traditional dishes, which are, of course, shaped by each region's nature, traditions, and history, but they aren't regularly eaten. Just to name a few examples, in Lapland, there's salted reindeer with lingonberry jam and pickles and mashed potatoes. In Savonia, especially northern Savonia, there's kalakukko, which is like a rye bread pastry with fresh, cleaned small fishes inside as the filling, for example, perch or vendis, and with pork slices with fat. In Karelia, there's the Karelian stew which has potatoes, carrots, beef, etc. And in Pirkanmaa, especially in or specifically in the city of Tampere, there's blood sausage. And in as Vaasa is a coastal city, there's also, or they have their own regional dishes as well, which Trang will talk more about in the next slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Nico. Hi, everyone. I'm Trang Phạm, and I'm one of the local ambassadors this year. I'm currently based in Vaasa, Finland. So let me tell you a little bit about the Vaasa, Finland. So one of the things that really stand out about this city was the amazing variety of food. So whether you are into the traditional Finnish dishes or you are craving for something international, so Vaasa has a lot to offer. So one of the big reasons for this diversity is the city's student population. So Vaasa is the home to several universities, some big one here in Finland. So that's why it attracts a lot of international students every year. So the statistically, about one of the five people you met on the street, so they are definitely a student. So as you can imagine, that will brings a really youthful or vibrant and multicultural energy to the city. And you can definitely see that in the food scene. Now that I want to introduce you some of the great food and beverage spots located in the heart of the city, which is close to the Green Star Hotel. These will be perfectly whether you are just visiting for a short time or you want to stay longer to explore the Vaasa. So next, please, Aaron. So here, first is the Fondis restaurant. It's in the city center, which is close to the Rewell Center and Aspen. They are one of the local Finnish restaurants, so you can enjoy the food over here. The other one on the right side is the Red Taste Pizza. So here in the restaurant, you can quite enjoy tasty pasta. It is located in the Rewell Center, which is about 5 minute walk from Green Star Hotel. On the first floor of the Rewell Center will be the Goran Confectionery coffee shop. This is one of the local Finnish coffee shop. So when you walk in here, the smell of the bread and the cake is very nice, and you can see a lot of old age people drinking coffee here every single day. Another one from the bottom right is the Tom Yum Thai restaurant. This is one of the buffet restaurant which offer the wide diversity of food like sushi or seafood, or some of the Chinese dishes as well. Can you next, please, Aaron? Quite close by to the Rewell Center, there's one pharmacy house, coffee and bakery. This is about 3 minute walk from the Rewell Center. It is a very nice and cozy coffee shop. This is considered one of the best coffee shop in the city. And there will be some of the activity, some of the candy shops where you can buy a lot of candies or sweet goodies here. It is located in the shopping center Aspen, which is opposite to the Rewell Center. Beside that, the Dubop Club is the place where you can enjoy the jazz or you can enjoy the music here. This is also quite close to the Rewell Center. Beside that, the last one in the bottom right is the Bob Corner Brewery. This is located in the Gurbitin Vaasa. So this is one of the places where we have one schedule to visit here during your time in Vaasa. So hope you can enjoy it and you can discover it. So now I will pass the floor to my friends.
I have a question, Trang.
Yes.
So tell everybody at what time you usually have dinner, because if you come from Italy or Spain or Greece, I think it's good to know.
Here in Vaasa, actually, it vary, but I think normally people will have dinner around 6 or 7 p.m.
So very early, because yes, also Osrim, one of the professors who is based in Vaasa, told us that several places several restaurants, so places where you can eat, close very early. And you know that our activities, I mean, every day we have planned activities till more or less 5 p.m. So this means that
Yeah.
maybe it's better for you to have dinner first and then work on your project after dinner. Otherwise, you have to skip the
Right,
meal.
right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and just only one note to you that for the shopping mall here, it's closed very soon. Like let's say during the weekend, they will close around 5 or 6 p.m. And
Jesus.
in the normal day, it is a little bit longer. Let's say 8 or 9 p.m.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But Mata, there's also, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's also a lot of places where if you want to work through dinner, you can go purchase your food for take.
Yes.
That's a very normal thing. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
And
yes. Some of my friends will introduce about the supermarket and groceries around
okay,
Perfect.
perfect.
in the later part.
Yeah.
So no
And
worry, Dr. D.
also because it's summertime, right? Everybody wants to go outside. So the city is really very open to picnics and going to parks and doing outdoor dinner excursions. That's what
Yeah,
I was.
yeah, yeah. Sure. Because here there's a lot of park, so you can go wherever you want at whenever you want because it is somehow during up to 9 or 10 p.m. the sun is still shine.
Yes. That's perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
Okay, so my name is Hiếu Phan, and I'm from Vietnam, and also another ambassador. We already explored about the food and then where you can get it. So now, how if you want to cook? Okay, I will show you like student grocery shopping experiences. Then there are more many, but I just picked for my favorites one. So let's go ahead with the first one, mini money. And also you see the heart here is my favorite one. Why I like it the most? Because we are if you show your student card here, you get discount. And after 20 I mean the 8 p.m. the most item with the discount tag and the back goods are discount by up to 60%. So that's the best way to save the money for a student. And the next one is the right is the S market. This is stores using a similar strategy to clear out product close to their expiration date. They also have their discount up to 8 and also the back. They could find easily find the discount there. And the good thing is S Market and Prismar, they belong to S Group and which also own the S Punky, a bank. So if you use the S card bank to pay for a grocery, you get 1% cashback when you spend at least 100 euro a month. So this is a great idea. Then it's great incentive to attract and lock customer into your business ecosystem system. And let's go to the Lido. Yeah, I'm sure that many of you are familiar with this brand. Then it's quite kind of like everywhere in Europe. At least the price are quite competitive, especially for ingredients. And it is my second favorite. They also have an app where you can find the discounts and also special promotions. When your birthday come, you easily could find a special discount for your own only. And finally, the K market and KCT market. KCT market is larger than K market, and both offer membership benefits. Besides, you also can download the K Roka app. Then you can find also the discount here. And the fun fact, K-Market operates as a franchise, meaning that the price K-Market can sometimes slightly different between store and also different area. And K-City Market is bigger and usually have a better price compared to the K-Market store. And for S Market and K Market, those are chains you can find easily on the app on Google. You just say K Market and S Market and find around you. But for the Mini Money and Lidl, there's only one store each in Vaasa. So that is basically shopping strategy of the student. So let's move next exciting part for Nahid.
Hey, this is Nahid, another local ambassador. Already you got to know about student culture, cuisine, food places, even grocery shops. Let me introduce you some tourist spot that can fulfill your mind and soul. First one is Replot, which is actually an island village far away, 22-kilometer far away from Vaasa city. It is popular for Replot Bridge, which is the longest bridge in the Finland. You can see from the picture the view of this bridge, and it is the gateway of Karvaken archipelago, which is a UNESCO heritage site. When you will visit this place, you will experience a calm, quiet environment. You can explore nature, you can enjoy relaxation, and it's a really, really good place for taking pictures and enjoying natural views. Next, please. This is the one and only UNESCO heritage site that I have mentioned, Karvakan Archipelago. It's a place where every year land is rising a little, which means island is forming. And here you can enjoy natural views. Even there is a eco-friendly wooden observation tower you can see in the middle picture, from where you can enjoy the full views of that place and enjoy natural views, sea view, even also bird watching activities. It's a real feel like paradise, heavenly paradise. I am talking all this from my experience. You can see in the middle picture is mine. So it is a place where you can actually feel nature talks here. Next, please. This is the place with iconic Vaasa city. Here you can take iconic picture with, and also it is a place where you can enjoy golden sunset. It is very popular for this sunset, and here you can take a ride and walk beside the sea, and you can also enjoy good historical place, custom house. You can see from the picture, the upper one. So, and also take your iconic picture with the Vasa sign. Next, please. Yeah, this is the place for the people who actually love to explore historical places. This is a church, Vasan Krikko, Holy Trinity Church, which has been prepared 1857, and it has been started to use 1862. So you can see that it is around more than 160 years old church, and its architectural view, even inside the lighting combination, aesthetic flavor is amazing. You can take picture, you can enjoy some good views, and it is a good experience for the people who want to explore with historical places. Now I am handing it over my another member. Next, please. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm back with the next slide. So we don't have much time to explore the all sports I listed here on the slide, but I just want to say that Finland is truly dreamland for sports. And there are many sport clubs with top-notch facilities, free outdoor gyms that you can find almost everywhere in the park. And of course, I personally training for kickboxing, playing football, futsal, and swim and hiking, plus barbecue, what Chang just mentioned it. And very often, when I move to Finland, and in Finland, nature right at your doorsteps, and being active in Finland is not just a choice, that's a way of connecting with the culture and climate, nature, and society. Then go to the next slide. I would reveal, yeah, I would not reveal that much about this, but sauna and ice dipping is one of the most wonderful thing I haven't tried when I moved to Finland. Then I won't give you too much away, though it's something you have to experience for yourself when you move and arrive to Finland. But I can guarantee one thing, you can always rely on the sauna. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, guys. So, yes. This presentation, by the way, will be posted in our main WhatsApp group chat. So even those of you who were not able to attend this webinar will have access to it. And now I think, Dr. B, it's time for some Q&A. You're muted.
Thank you. You
And
guys,
thank you so much for the informative presentations, everyone.
hey, so much to learn. Okay, so I'm going to do this very quickly. And the reason why I want to do this now is I want to show you when you will have the time to do all of these extracurricular activities. Also, I want to show you where some of these activities are already embedded in our program. Okay, so hopefully everybody knows already to go to the X Culture Finland website. If you do not know how to get to this, which I'm
I'll post the link.
I'm still
Yeah,
getting people who are
well,
questioning.
click on the menu conferences, and then the first one on the list is the latest one, which is Finland. That's it.
Right. Some people are still like messaging me and say,
Link in the
"How do
chat,
I
by the
get-
way.
how do I get it?" But here it is. And this is where we will update everything as you need it. Okay. So imagine that if you have a question and you're not sure about something, go to the X Culture Finland website, and that's where you will find all, if not all of your answer, most of your answers. But what I want to do is go over the program I want to just graze it very quickly, okay? So that you have it in your head. You are to arrive August 3rd. You should arrive at the hotel at a reasonable time because we're going to have a registration desk to X Culture open between 2 and 5 p.m. So if you arrive in that window, it will be very convenient and peaceful for you to get adjusted. Students will go to the Green Star Hotel. If you click on this, it will bring you to their website. And faculty and guests will go to the Sokos Hotel in Bakuna. Our event that evening is promptly at 6 p.m. at the Vaasa City Hall. For students, we will send a bus for you to come and bring you around 5 o'clock, okay? On Monday starts our official program where we will have a welcome orientation from 9 until 10:50. And I know that this looks weird because it should be the whole morning, right? Except that we have a very prominent keynote speaker, Dr. Paula Caliguri. And if you guys did X Culture Virtual with us, she is the CEO of Skillify. So you guys should know her through that if you recently did an X Culture Virtual program with us. So
And one of the most influential scholars when it comes to cross-cultural management. So
yes.
that's like Stephen Hawking of cross-cultural research.
So she's flying in for you guys to do this keynote speaking engagement. Now, she's so popular that the university actually asked for other people to have access. And that's why we're putting a little window of opportunity there for people to come in to listen to her speaking engagement. That afternoon, you're going to have a Q&A session with your challenge companies, and you're also going to have a tour of the city. But if you take a look in the end of it, you see where it says dinner on your own, explore the city? You're going to have several of those during the week. The things that Tran and how do I say your name? Hugh? Is that, yeah? And the rest of the Vaasa team were suggesting, if you look at the dinner on your own, explore the city, that's when you should be planning to do some of those events, okay? On Tuesday, you're going to have plenaries of, again, speakers of note, right? So one of those plenaries is Dr. Bas Taras. Another one of those plenaries is Dr. Adam Smalley. And he is the dean of the College of Business at the University of Vaasa. And then another faculty is flying in, also renowned for his expertise in culture. He will have a plenary that day. So these are mandatory events. It's not an option for you not to go. You have to go to these. But I just want to share with you how just those four presentations, how you have an opportunity to listen to renowned speakers in this one space. Wednesday, and I know that the Finland ambassadors already went through a lot of these things during their cultural visits. You are going to Stundar, and I liked how the little patch activity was, how you earn a patch activity was being talked about. Mada, we might need to talk about that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then we are going to Replat. And also, we're going to the World Heritage Site where you guys are going to go out and take a picture. Thursday and Friday are pitch days. The thing about Thursday is in the afternoon, you do not have an open agenda. You do have to do concurrent sessions. Again, concurrent sessions are mandatory, but we are flying in for you. All of these professors from all over the world will be giving a presentation of your choice because we'll have a menu of what you want to go sit in, right? But let's say we'll have 20 presentations. You get to pick 3 of those 20. Again, renowned faculty from all over the world, and even faculty will want to sit into some of these because they're very interesting. But as students, take a look again. It says team time dinner on your own. Friday, this is a big day for you because you will be pitching to the challenge companies. But then after your pitch, you're free until 6 o'clock that evening. Okay. And we do have a lot of optional activities. I believe that the Vaasa students, the Vaasa ambassadors also have some ideas for you. That was spoken to me about by Dr. Oh, I can't say her name. How do you say your professor's name, Huey? Her last name. Ashrin. How do you
Osrin.
say her last name?
Yeah, she's Osrin.
Srini Saliskaite.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the surname is difficult to pronounce.
Yes. So do you guys, as students, do you guys call her by her first name or her last name?
Yeah, we just call her it's Auschwitz.
Yeah,
Ah,
we just call her
Yeah.
Osrin.
It's easier.
okay, perfect. So yeah, that's easy for me too. Okay, but Tram, I think you were talking about the harbor. We're actually having our gala in the Strampton by the Vasa sign. Oh, actually, it was somebody else who talked about that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I have mentioned about them.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the idea is that we will be exploring a lot of these places that you guys already spoke about.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just a brief overview of what we're going to be visiting and how we've already integrated a lot of those activities. What I want you guys to start doing as students getting ready to go there, start, grouping together with your teams, with your friends as to on what evenings are you going to do certain things so that when you get there, all you're doing is executing. You're not hemming and hawing about what you're going to do, who you're going to do it with, like you've already got a set agenda and you're not spending a lot of time in the decision-making process. Okay. Okay, so this is our Q&A sessions. We are 10
I
minutes.
have a queue.
Okay,
So is everything okay with the WhatsApp groups and communication among the students? What I'm trying to see is if students have a vehicle where they can, or a platform where they can coordinate about sightseeing
Yes.
before or after the conference.
Yes, yes, yes. So each student is part of a specific WhatsApp chat, right? So I created a WhatsApp community. Everybody should have joined it because I emailed everybody the link, right? And this community, this WhatsApp community is also composed by many subgroups, and I created one subgroup per team. This means that each student is part both of the general main chat an announcement chat where all the latest news are published, posted, and they are also part of their team chat. So they have the chance to coordinate. And by the way, I don't know if you all guys know how a WhatsApp community works, but let me highlight it again. So you should be able to see the main announcement chat, and there you are not able to post anything because only the admin team is able to post, as I said, the latest news or information about the conference. And then there is also a general chat that you should be able to join, all of you, and there you can coordinate also with and talk also with people who are not part of your team. Then the third chat you should be in is, as I said, your team chat with your ambassadors. And there, of course, you have to work on your project. And in case of any doubt, you can reach out to your ambassador for help.
and let me just say that Madalena, who has a full-time job outside of what we do at X Culture, she has been managing this specifically because in the past, and remember that we've been doing this for years, okay? In the past, students would just randomly create their WhatsApps, and then all of a sudden, the communications breaks down. And keep in mind, you guys, that when we fly to Finland, everybody's going to have smartphones. You're going to have internet access. We made sure of that, but it's going to be while you're on campus, by the way. But it's going to be difficult for you to get up to the minute information if you are not connected. And if you're already going with another form of communication, you might miss it. And that's why Madalena has been very strict about, okay, keep this the general WhatsApp for sending you information only, and then keep this with your ambassador in your group, only because it's very critical that you get the right message at the right time so that you're not missing anything. I want to answer one question here. You may
It could be while you're answering the question, can I also ask students to put in the comments if they're planning to travel before or after, and if they know where, then like Sweden or
Actually,
Estonia? I'm just curious.
yes, Vaasa, so all the students have been emailed also to Google Form links, right? And one of these form is about travel arrangement.
Okay,
So we asked
just curious
everybody,
how much is
yes,
going to be happening.
Yeah, we'll
yes,
go ahead and put it in the WhatsApp anyway. I'm sorry, in the chat anyway, so that we can,
Yeah.
take a look.
To get a better sense, yes.
Yeah, just to
Okay.
get a feel of it. If you want to arrive before the hotel is reserved for X Culture, you must make the reservation yourself. However, I would recommend if you're arriving, let's say on Saturday to Finland, rather than coming directly to Vaasa, why not spend one evening in Helsinki so that you can look around Helsinki? Because you don't necessarily need to arrive in Vaasa until 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock that afternoon. And there is a train that's coming out of Helsinki so in the morning so that you can arrive, at a reasonable time on the following day on Sunday, the 3rd. So that's an idea. If you want to leave before the 12 o'clock deadline, but let's say on Saturday, right? And we've had it to where students actually left in the middle of our gala because they had a flight to catch. I hope that you don't do that because I think the gala is the best part. of our program. It's a lot of fun. We have a DJ booked for you guys for a dancing party at the very end of it. But let's say that you have to leave to catch a 7 o'clock in the morning flight. That's fine too. Just make sure that somebody knows, because we don't want to be looking for you the next day and say, what happened to this student? Make sure that your ambassador knows what your plans are way before you actually do anything. Okay. Because when I have a question, and guys, honestly, you guys will think, oh my God, Dr. B is so strict, and Dr. B always has to know. And of course, I have 20 ambassadors that help me execute, all of the things that we need to get done. And that's for your benefit, right? For your safety, making sure that we know where you are at any given time. And I mean, I have to treat you like you're my own students. And I know that many of you guys are not students, that you guys are already grown, but you're still under my charge. And I always think about, okay, if my kid is 40, right? If my kid was traveling in a new country, I would want somebody to know where she is all the time. So, just be patient with us when it comes to why do we want all of this information. Can we still register after 5 p.m.? Of course. Just let us know that you're coming late, right? And we will make sure that you get your swag bag, your lanyard. The thing is, you need your lanyard because that's what your pass is that we'll get everywhere, right? So Mada will bring that to the conference, and then you just come and look for her or
Yes,
your.
and the
And as
worst.
always, there will be delayed flights, canceled flights. So there will be at least 2, 3 students who will, even if they were scheduled to arrive early, they will arrive past the deadline. So no problem happens all the time.
Yeah,
Yes,
and we're ready for that. Don't do it to test our courage, but that we're ready for that. Do you remember one time in Italy, Maddalena, when we did
yes.
Macerata, the entire congregation from the Canary Island, one of the countries, their flight got canceled. So we had to get them to us to Macerata different, ways. So we're ready for that. Just,
Or
Yes.
let's.
Hurricane Sandy, when we did one in Florida, Louis Vuitton. So we
Yeah,
had like 10 people stuck in New York because of the hurricane.
yeah. Yeah, and that one was tough because it's only a 3 or 4 day conference. So when you're stuck somewhere for 2 days and it's only a 4 day conference, do you go? Do you not go?
Yes, may I add, sorry, very quickly. So, worst case, if you arrive after 5 p.m., you'll receive your lanyards, of course, for the evening. But then maybe we could also register you the following day, as we did last year. So before the welcome plenary, the following day, there will be the chance for you to register and to get your swag bag and all the other information, pieces of information. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and
So
the reason to be on time, the opening ceremony is always quite spectacular. I don't know what the Finland team is preparing, but in Poland, it was like a big concert, folk dancing and things. In Thailand, it was also lots of cultural stuff, so very interesting. So you don't want to miss that.
yeah, no,
Yes.
I know what's going to happen, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So don't miss it, right? And imagine that we are going to the town hall. So it's one of the most historic places in Vaasa, and we're hoping that we get to meet like local celebrities like the mayor, and so we're still waiting on those, but it's not an event that you want to miss because it will be quite a interesting experience. And you guys, this is only the second webinar that we've had. You're going to have several more webinars as we get closer to the event. And of course, you always have your ambassadors to connect to because they are having weekly meetings. And then the lead ambassadors are having weekly meetings with me. So we will always be able to take care of you, but you need to ask and communicate. Okay. Are we able to stay in the hotel an extra day, or do we have to check out? As far as X Culture is concerned, our time ends on the 12th, or I'm sorry, on the 13th, right? So then you check out Saturday and at noon. If you
Wait,
want,
what do you mean 13? What do you mean 10? Not 13, 10.
is it the 10th? I'm sorry. Let me look again.
10, 10, of course, yes.
The
Mhm.
3rd, June, July, August, the 3rd through the 9th. Yes, 10, sorry. Extra day, do we have to check out at 12? Oh, I see the question. Yes, you will have to, I'm sure that they can arrange it to where you stay in the same room, but you will have to check out using the X Culture account and then check back in using your own credit card. If Rene, if that's your question. And then my flight arrives at Helsinki at 2, so I'll make it at Vaasa at 6. No, it is not too late. What I want you to do instead, though, is rather than going to your hotel, come directly to, hopefully you'll be up for that because, you know, the time zone difference and jet lag, but come directly to the event. We'll hide your luggage somewhere safe so that you can partake in our welcome reception. And then we'll make sure that you get, we have a bus going back. We'll make sure that you get to your hotel and we'll make sure that your room is reserved for you. Okay.
My recommendation too, so we will have close to 200 people moving from Helsinki to Vaasa on the 3rd. I assume pretty much everyone will be traveling on that day. So there will be like 2,000 people departing every hour. So again, use that WhatsApp group to coordinate. So maybe some of you will, travel by bus together, some by train. I'm not sure if anyone plans to rent a car, but it's more fun. And it's a nice distance, not too long to get boring, but just enough to get to know each other. So I'm not sure if we want to set some meeting space in the airport or if you want to coordinate directly, but I think it will be more fun if you travel all together.
Yes, actually, we do that quite often. We usually have like a meeting space. Like, for example, remember in Canada, we had everybody go around the Canada sign and just meet at the Canada.
The airport. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll sort out that kind of location meeting point. The Vasa ambassadors will have to help us with this, okay?
Yes, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
like
They
meeting
will.
points at the airport, meeting points at the train station, meeting points at the bus station, so that you guys can all start traveling together. And guys, if you guys really get into this, this is a very fun part of traveling to an X culture event, right? So, for example, I was flying, let me see, when did it happen? To Thailand. I was flying to Thailand and I flew to Dubai to catch a flight to Thailand. Okay. Which, by the way, nonstop, Miami, Dubai is 14 hours. Oh my God, what a long flight. But anyway, when I finally got off in Dubai and was flying to Bangkok, one of the ex-culture students recognized me, and we were on the same plane from Bangkok, from Dubai to Bangkok. So that's the kind of thing that can start happening is as you guys get close to the event, get to know each other, kind of, put out there what your itinerary is, and then start grouping together. It's a lot of fun.
We need to make an X-Culture t-shirt or hat or tag so that people can recognize each other.
Yeah.
Bag tags so that people can recognize each other at the airports and, congregate and meet up on the way too.
I can't get that to everybody. Maybe you can print one of your X Culture logos, I don't know if you want to put that in your luggage. We are going to have branded X Culture items when you get to Vaasa, but we can't get it to you before that. We'll
Maybe
have
stickers. There
stickers.
should be an easy way to get stickers for everybody, and you can put it on your backpack or luggage.
Oh. Okay, we'll have to think of something. This is we are a little over time. Does anybody have any more questions that are pressing that you can't wait to answer? I think
I will only add on travel insurance. So we've been talking about that. So I highly recommend that you get it. Inexpensive and helpful. But then again, you're adults, so we cannot require it. So if you prefer not to have one, or if you already have, like if your medical insurance covers you overseas, I think it's fine. We will probably send some sort of a guide so you know how to check what you have and what you don't and what you need. And then maybe some recommendations where you can get travel insurance. So you don't want to be in a situation where you either lose something or have medical bills and have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, that's a great idea because that's always been such a challenge for several students, right? My own students don't even, unless we direct them, of course, don't even know that they have travel insurance when they travel to conferences. So
Yeah,
obviously,
universities often provide it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yes. So the first thing that you should do is first look into the travel insurance that your university provides if you travel abroad for a academic conference. That's the first thing. Because most
And
students,
but on that one with my students, UNCG, so
oh, he froze.
Yes.
Okay, so while I'm waiting for him to unfreeze, so for example, Lynn University, where my students are, so long as they're traveling on a academic
also see what they have and how it works, because it may not be automatic. It may be available, but it may require some sort of signature beforehand.
Exactly, exactly. And my daughter, who's a professor at Rutgers University, she's taking 500 kids to London, and they all only paid $28 for their travel insurance to be a rider to the insurance that the university provides for them. So it's different for everybody, but please take a look. And worse comes to worse, right? You actually can buy the travel insurance that go with your airline tickets. From
Yes,
the
yes,
time you
exactly.
to get on the plane and the time you leave, you come back, you can cover yourself in that way. And that's also very inexpensive. So, and that one covers both your luggage and then the medical. So that covers.
And sometimes the credit card, if you use it, also includes that stuff by
Yes,
default. So you might
yes,
want to.
yes,
We
yes.
need to send a detailed guide so that people know what to look for, how
Right.
to check, and where to get one if they don't have one.
And Dr. Voss and I, when we were getting posed these questions, I'm like, you know what? This is a teaching opportunity for us because you guys, international business professionals, this is going to be your future. So you need to learn how to do this. So we will assemble something for you to review, and that way you know how to address that when that's posed to you.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, I
Mata,
think we
anything
are
else?
over time. I'm not sure if there are any burning questions. I'm very impressed with the geography. I finally looked at this. So we have Calgary, Toronto, New York, Greensboro, Iowa. So from the United States, just about every state, Texas, but also Pakistan, well, California, India, Oxford, the United Kingdom, Wichita, Kansas, Hungary, Boca Raton, Florida, Lexington, Virginia. So it looks like we have just about every US state, but also Taiwan, Romania, Australia. So all kinds of places. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So, sorry, just to remind everybody. So next Saturday, for those of you who are available, we have already scheduled a meeting with the ambassadors to speak about the packing list and to show you this Q&A document we prepared. And by the way, there is also a section in the Q&A document we worked on about travel and health insurance. So some pieces of information have already been provided there. But yes, so Vas, if you want to email us something more,
Yeah, let's just do a little bit.
it
See
will be
what else we
helpful.
can share.
Yes. Okay. And yes, that's it. So the presentation of the local ambassadors, as I said, will be shared in the main WhatsApp chat. And Carlos, the webinar, the meeting recording will be available on the website, correct?
Yes, I'll be posting that shortly.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, guys,
Okay, if
let's
I
keep
could
it under
just,
time.
yeah, I just want to ask Vas, I don't know if you have to go, but I need to meet with Allison, Carlos,
Sure.
and Mada really quick. But everybody else, thank you and have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Be safe. Thank you so much for coming.
Dr. B, I made you the host, so I need to switch off.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Can't wait to see you all in Finland in a few weeks.
Bye.
Bye. And thank you so much,
Bye.
the ambassador team, for organizing it. I mean, I know how many moving parts need to come together, so impressive work.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And